Hey, what is up guys, Renz Dagz TV here. For today's video, I'll show you another experiment that we can use, especially for those devices that can't, have the GMS installed natively yet. So you would have a feel of how it is to install it like it is natively installed, or the process, okay, to do it natively or something like that, just for fun. All right, but well, the result here guys is definitely way better even from the last video that I have shared to you, where everything has to be done automatically and all that. This one has to be done manually, and definitely will be getting better results, okay, which I'll show you later. And again guys, another thing is, I have tried my best to really formulate sort of like a step-by-step guide on this one, but every time that I attempt to redo the process, it really differs. I mean, everything or there are some other steps that has to be done in order for it to work and all that, so I can't really do like a one sort of guide for this, but I'll show you how this is being done here, so you would have an idea on what to do on your end as well. Now, some of the files here are kind of like scattered, so I'll make sure that when I upload the files, everything will be inside one folder, so you won't have to do all the struggles that I'm doing here as well. Alright, so we are back. Now for those who are new here, please don't forget to click that subscribe button to show thanks, and of course turn on the notification bell so you will get notified with my new videos here on this channel. Thank you very much. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start. So for this thing here that we are doing right now guys, so I call this one the Gmod. So basically it's based on the GSpace latest version 1.1.5. I still have the previous one, 1.1.4, so whichever works fine on your end you can try. Now this is sort of like a blank space or environment for us to install the GMS here like manually. So let me first allow all permissions here as usual, and let's put in the password. Okay, let me delete the ones on here. Alright, so we can start fresh already. Now the first two apps we need are this one, so we have to clone this at the start of the process before launching GMS here. So make sure Aurora Store and this SAI thing is installed on your phones, like directly on the phone rather, so you can clone it. Right now, after that, just use the SAI installer here to install the first two things we need in order for us to get started here and log into our account. So just never mind the numbers of the files for now, because again it really differs each time we do this. So long as you follow whatever I'm doing right here. But again, the first things we need are these micro G thing and Play Store, and of course you need to know where your files are extracted to, so you will have this one. Oh, cancel rather. Let me try again. Once files are ready guys, I'll upload this one and put the link in the description of this video, so make sure to check on it so you can download it before following the steps here. And by the way, right now we are on my Nova 7i device. This one here doesn't have a supported EMUI build so we don't have the GMS installed natively here. So this is a perfect example for us to do this experiment on and show you the results as well. So we have those already installed. Now we need to use our Play Store shortcut. If you haven't done the shortcut yet, you can use the files that I'll include here under Play Store shortcut thing. Okay, I'll show that later if I remember. But yeah, just use the shortcut to trigger the Play Store and to start logging into the accounts. So now we're using the micro G to log in. Let me just turn down a bit the brightness here. Okay, so logging into my accounts here now. All right, agree. And had that one added successfully. So after adding your accounts, make sure to close everything out and open Play Store again, so it would surely load 100%. I've tried this already so many times, and this part here will load the Play Store without any problems. Okay, so we're done with this thing here. So we were able to log into the account and able to load the Play Store. Now the challenge here is for us to be able to like update the Play services and to make sure that Play Store will still be alive or will have still the server connection and all that. Okay, so going back to the GMS main app here, use Aurora Store so we can install another app that we need for this process. So at this part we're gonna need to be anonymous here and look for the app called Uninstaller. So I'm just using this one here because it's the first on the list, so definitely it doesn't really matter which one you're comfortable using. If you have anything that you know are known to be using with. So this one here is just to let us have a vision of which apps are already inside our environment here for GSpace. So now you will see here the micro G that we just installed, so just launch it and then self-check and make sure everything is having a check mark here. So we don't have yet a framework. This one can be checked, and the last one does not allow us in anyway, so don't worry about that. Now here for the framework, we would need to use SAI to install that one here. And again, the ones I have here are on different folders, but again I will make sure that I upload the folder with all the necessary files that you need in it. So let me check again. This needs to be closed and reopened probably. There you go, everything is checked except for the last one, which I already mentioned. It doesn't matter. So next thing is to make sure this one is turned off. Okay, turn this one off, and then for the rest it's just there, and no need to do anything really. So now that we have that already we have checked that we have all the components needed, and also turned off the Google ID thing, which is from here, device registration thing rather. Now we will use Aurora Store to update the Play services. Just navigate to the updates tab here, click on Play Store services. Now the moment you click on update, go back directly to Play Store if it lets you. If not, then we just need to wait. Okay, now we need to make sure that it is connected to the server, so make sure that you click on retry if you're getting that option. It's crashing here, so let me try to relaunch. We are still waiting for the notification to say that it has already been updated, something like that. So again, this is the challenge here, guys. The most difficult part in this process, and that is to have the Play services updated and Play Store to remain active or alive and loading the apps and all that. So let's check and see if this has already been installed. Okay, it shows open now, meaning it has already been successfully updated. So let's try again to open Play Store. Okay, now you can try to click on try again, close, reopen it and all that to see if it works. If not, then the thing is we are gonna need to go back a few steps again, which would be to reinstall the third file, or I mean, doesn't matter again for the numbers, but the third file that I meant was the micro G. So make sure this gets reinstalled, and this will help load the Play Store again. Let me just close, reopen. Okay, there you go. You will also notice that once the profile pic shows green, not the grade one, or the gray one rather, then we are almost done with the next steps. So once it loads back again, we need to check that the device registration is turned off, so we're gonna need to use uninstaller to launch micro G here. Check device registration, it's still turned off. Good. Now closing the other stuff and using Aurora Store again to update the Play services. So here's our another attempt, and while there, go back right away to Play Store to keep just navigating to something to see if it remains its server connection or something like that, until we get the notification that Play services has been updated. If you get the try again things, try to click on it or go back and go to the other tabs, try again, and then retry if you get this option to retry. Okay, Play services has been installed successfully. Now we just need to have Play Store load the apps and keep its server connection and that thing. Okay, everything is loading up, that's good. Now once everything is loading up, right after we update to the latest Play services, now our last step would be to check it by closing and reopening it. So again, this would be the challenging part of it, because there are times that it will lose its connection to the server again like this. So what you can do is try to close, reopen it, and if not, then you would need to try this step here. You can try to clear the cache, force stop, close everything out, go to settings, remove G space under users and accounts, and then close everything out and launch Play Store again. So try a couple of times So close and reopen it again to check. If still not, then we're gonna go back again a couple of steps by starting with reinstalling the Micro G app. Now there are times that this would work right away, just one try, but again it really differs each time you try to attempt the process. So here it loads up again, so I'm gonna go to Micro G here rather, and check Google device registration. I'm gonna try to register and close this off, and then update again using the Aurora store. So same steps guys to try. While it's installing, let's go to Play Store. Let's try to load everything here, hoping that it will retain its server connection and all that. Hopefully it will, because if it will, then we should be done by that time. So alright, we got the Play services updated successfully. Oops, I just hit install, sorry. But again, the most important thing that we have to do here is just to make sure the server connection is there. Okay, everything is loading fine or not? Let me check. We don't see any server error yet, but it seems it's having some issues loading the apps. So I'm gonna try to close other stuff here and then clear the cache again, force stop it, close everything out, and remove if there is anything here under users and accounts for G-Space, and then closing everything out again and reopening Play Store. Alright, seems, oops, we are getting the server error here, so let's try to check and see if this can be fixed by just retrying. So pretty much just try to navigate and click on retry if you are seeing it, or close reopening it. So anything you can think of to try refreshing the connection to its server. Alright, seems it's loading fine now after we close and reopen it again. Oops, that error is there. Let's retry and see if it gets fixed, and then close, reopen it. Still having some server thing error here, so I'm gonna try to do the clearing of the cache again. Force stop, close. So same exact steps to try, guys. Remove. Better if you can restart. It's just that I'm avoiding to restart here because it messes with the screen recording. So hopefully if you can do that, that would be also a better option to try. It seems to be loading though, but there's a server error at the bottom, so I'm not yet that convinced. but that one is the real problem already. So let me check. Okay, so back to the some steps we need here. Okay, trying this one again. Alright, close everything out every time you reinstall that. Now in case guys that you have tried to install back the micro G and it's not alive, then you can check here the micro G thing, launch it and make sure that device registration is turned off. Okay, so if it's turned on, then that could be the reason why. So turn off the Google device registration thing, and then once it loads back again, we will attempt the update. So this time we need to go back here again to make sure this loads the apps while waiting for the confirmation. So the same exact things that we're doing again and again here guys, okay? So hit retry if you get that prompt there. Okay, Play Store updated, Play Services updated rather. Now still checking for the apps to load. Now it seems to be still loading the applications here. So now we will try the last steps. So same thing here. Alright, now opening Play Store again. Trying. Now try to close and reopen as well, and if you can restart, that would be better. I could have done that, but again, since I'm recording the screen, trying to avoid that process, but it would be really one of the best options as well to try. And this, if this keeps happening guys, if you're getting always this server error, another thing that you can also try is to install or reinstall Play Services. I'm gonna try this one here, and while installing you can retry this here. Close and reopening Play Store. Sometimes this helps as well. Retrying. Okay, loaded. Now let's close everything out and reopen. So most of the time, if it's being closed and then reopened, it should already be good. Okay, so this one here is a good sign since we just closed it, and then when we open back, it's still there. Okay, so now As you can see, our profile pic at the upper right hand is blank right now, so this is the time that we can now attempt again the clearing of the cache, for stopping it, and then go to settings, users and accounts, and removing G-space from here. So again, it would be best if you can restart. You should have already probably done by now if I'm able to, but you know, I'm trying to make sure that we won't be skipping anything from this part. Okay, so Play Store is now loading. The only thing that's missing is the profile logo at the upper right hand not showing up. So the best option that we can do right now is to install Play Services for this version here. This one here. This one most of the time will help fix that. So let's see. Waiting for it to get installed, closing everything out, and be opening Play Store, checking if it still loads after installing the Play Services there. As you can see, our profile pic is now there, and everything seems to be working fine. So this time, guys, we can now reopen Play Store and attempt to install our applications. So I'm gonna install some applications here. Okay, what else? Let me check. Let's launch some of the apps we just installed. We need to close reopen for the first time. Right there we go. Alright, now Google News. Works great. Keep notes. Alright, still loading. Probably need to just relaunch it. Let me just close everything out and relaunch. Keep notes here. Alright. Perfect. Everything is working fine so far. Chrome. There. Sync in progress. On. Perfect. Now let's wait for maps. Where's maps? There. Okay, trying maps now. There you go. Already. So as you can see, guys, everything is working well. Now of course, this is not perfect, so there might be some applications that you're going to be using that may not work here. You just add these shortcuts really quick. So some of the known apps and games I have tried so far that did not work would be the MIR4 game, as well as for COD. For some reasons, they just closes out when you open them. Okay, I'm yet to try to check further about that. For the applications, Duo does loads fine, but it does not, get passed through the device phone number registration part, so still is really not usable for the meantime. So what do you think, guys? If you try this one, make sure to check the apps that you're using, and if you encounter any issues with them, you can also comment down below to let us know, of course, so we can try to check soon how to fix them, or if there's really a way to fix them. And thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you guys find this helpful. If you like this video, please click the like button, and of course, once again, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and turn on the notification bell so you will get updated with my new videos here. So again, guys, thank you very much again for watching, and thank you for always supporting my channel. See you on my next one. Peace. Hello my friends, Renz Dagz TV here, and if you like my video, please smash that like button, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your help. Here's how you do it. Boom. Bada bing bada boom. And if you're on your phone, here's how you do it. Boom. Bada bing bada boom. Thank you, and see ya in my next videos. Peace.